The Tet Offensive, turning point in Vietnam. Did you know that a seemingly peaceful holiday in Vietnam erupted into one of the most pivotal battles of the Vietnam War? The Tet Offensive shook the world and changed the course of the conflict forever. Let's dive into the details. The Tet Offensive was a series of surprise attacks by the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese forces during the Tet holiday, Vietnamese New Year, in 1968. This coordinated assault targeted major cities, military bases, and government buildings across South Vietnam. The offensive completely shattered the illusion of progress that the U.S. government had been portraying. It demonstrated the strength and resilience of the communist forces, despite years of intense fighting. The North Vietnamese leadership, led by Ho Chi Minh, aimed to achieve a decisive victory that would force the U.S. to negotiate a withdrawal. They believed a general uprising in the South would be triggered by the offensive. They hoped to capitalize on the element of surprise during the Tet holiday, when many soldiers were on leave. The offensive was also designed to weaken the South Vietnamese government and undermine public support for the war in the United States. The offensive began on January 30th, 1968, with attacks on several cities, including Da Nang and Nha Trang. The next day, the fighting intensified, with the most significant battles taking place in Saigon and Hue. The attack on the U.S. Embassy in Saigon was a major symbolic victory for the Viet Cong, even though it was quickly repelled. The Battle of Hue lasted for nearly a month and resulted in heavy casualties on both sides and widespread destruction of the city. Militarily, the Tet Offensive was a defeat for the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese forces. They suffered heavy losses and failed to trigger a general uprising. However, the psychological and political impact was enormous. The offensive exposed the credibility gap between the U.S. government's optimistic pronouncements and the reality on the ground. Public support for the war in the United States plummeted. The Tet Offensive is widely considered a turning point in the Vietnam War. It led to increased anti-war sentiment in the U.S., contributing to President Lyndon B. Johnson's decision not to seek re-election. It also paved the way for peace negotiations, which eventually led to the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Vietnam. The Tet Offensive remains a powerful reminder of the complexities and consequences of war. Now that you know more about the Tet Offensive, delve deeper into this crucial event. Research the key figures involved, explore primary source accounts, and consider the long-term effects on both Vietnam and the United States. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more historical insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other aspects of the Vietnam War intrigue you? Let us know, and thanks for watching History Recolored.